Let me play it up to speed so you can hear it a bit more funky. Okay. Now we're going into the... There we go. So what you're doing here is you're going to do a hammer on from 5 to 7 on the 5th string. So you smack that finger down. Hammer on means you're not going to pick it. You're going to use the strength of your finger to smack it and make it make sound. Okay, you got to make it vibrate, so you can't just set it down because it won't be very loud. You got to literally kind of hit it. Now after you do that, you're going to pluck the 3rd string open, and I tend to do that with an up strung. Now this is the part of the song for me that kind of gets out of the funk feel and gets a little more articulate. So it's a little bit different there. So what I'm doing is my hammer on, I'm going to the 3rd string open, then I'm going to do the same thing on the 3rd to 5th fret of the 5th string, and then I'm going to pluck my 4th string open. So I have... And yes, if you notice, the 5th fret of the 5th string and the 4th string are the same note. So when I end this, it's the same note. Then you're going to go like this. You're going to head down to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and you're going to do a hammer on. So I have... Okay. Then what I'm going to do is a hammer on, pull off. So I'm going 2, 3, 2, 0. And I'm not picking any of that. So needless to say, to play this song, you've got to have some finger strength and some dexterity, things like that. But why not develop it now, right? So you have... Okay, now after I do that hammer on pull off, I'm going to go to the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and I'm heading right back to that A. And notice again, I'm going to it as a power chord. I'm not playing it with 3 fingers or whatever. Just heading right back over to that power chord. Strumming 5, 4, and 3. So I have... Okay, so now putting that whole thing together nice and slow. Then... Kind of miss that note. And then... So up to speed. Okay, that's the verse now. So we're going to keep doing that through the verse. Then we get to the rivers flow into the sea, and that's the... So what's happening there is, again, I'm just moving this D chord up and down the guitar. I'm moving from 2nd fret here. I'm considering these my 2nd fret, right? So I'm on D, 2nd fret. I'm moving up to the 9th fret, then down to 7, then back to 9, then back to 2. Okay? Songs like... Stairway to Heaven, and I mean there's just a billion songs that do these sorts of things, but it sounds kind of cool because you're just moving this chord around. So again, now you'll see I'm back on the strumming thing. So if I break it down in terms of pulse, so I have 2, 9, 7, 9, 2, 2, 9, 7, 9, 2. So that second 9 is the one that's on the up strum, right? Okay, then I'm going to go into this part right here. I'm going to go... Same kind of rhythm. The chording is a little bit different. I'm starting with an A7 chord. What's sounds a lot like Give a Little Bit by Supertramp to me. So what you're doing is you're going to an A7 chord. Now, in order to play this song, what I'm doing is I'm playing A7 with my second finger on the 4th string 2nd fret and my ring finger on the 2nd string 2nd fret. I might not normally play A7 like that, but the reason I'm doing it this way is because the next chord I'm going to go to, I'm going to take this thing, I'm going to move up 2 frets higher, but then instead of using my ring finger, I'm going to place my first finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string right there. So I'm going. So my middle finger is the one that's kind of leading me along. And then I'm going to move up yet another fret to the 5th fret, and then I'm going to add my 3rd finger back on, so they're both on 5s. And then I'm going to go back down. So it sounds like this. So same kind of rhythm I did up here, right? So it's that second to last one that's on the up strum again. Okay, so again, if you notice, I'm using my middle finger. That's kind of my leading finger. So it just stays on that string the entire time. That's why I'm using it. Okay, you wouldn't have to. The problem with doing A7 like this is when you get up here, you got to flip over again anyway to get to the 4th fret and the 3rd fret. Okay, 4th fret of the 4th string, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, because you're just using those 2 strings in terms of your pressure. You're just pressing on those 2 strings the entire time. So if I leave my middle finger up here, I'm fine all the way through. Then I go back, then back. Now I'm in my chorus. Now the chorus I'm going to play is a 4-finger G. Okay, so I've got my pinky on the 1st string, 3rd fret, my ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, my middle finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and my index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And the reason I'm using the 4-finger G is because I want to go to a C add 9, which means these 2 fingers are just going to drop down 1 string and I'm on a C add 9. Very common thing to do in rock music, country music, that sort of thing. So very efficient to just drop those 2 fingers down. So I'm coming on the I'm coming off the hole in my heart that can own. That's where I'm at. So I'm on G, and then I'm going to pluck the 5th string open, go to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then I'm going to make this C add 9 chord. So I have, sorry. Okay, then I'm going to go to a D chord, and I'm doing like the intro again, this to this, 2 to 4. So let me play you the chorus now. So let me go back and do the pre-chorus, so the rivers flow, so you have. And that leads into the chorus, which is. Sorry. So G. Here we go. And again, the hardest thing about this song is once you figured out kind of where your finger's going to go, it's getting that groove to happen, right? So let's talk about that a little bit. So we're on the G. Something like that. But you got to get ready because we're going right to the 5th string to do those picking. So you got to be ready to dump into there. Then you're moving to the D. And then now when we come off that, that's the end of the chorus. So what's happening there is we're coming off the D. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop back to D, okay? But instead of making this D chord, we're going to leave that ring finger there again. I'm going to take my middle finger, I'm going to go to the 4th string, 3rd fret, and I'm going to pluck through. I'm going to go 4, 3, 2, 3. Then I'm going to pluck the 4th string again. And And notice it's not going da 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 da, it's going ba ba da da dum. And then right there, I'm going to go to the 2nd fret of that same string, the 4th string. So I'm going. Okay, and then I'm going to pluck through those 2 strings. Okay, so after I pluck this 4th string, I'm going to 3rd and 2nd. So I have. And then I'm going to do a pull off from 2 to 0 on that 4th string. And then I'm heading to the 5th fret, or excuse me, the 5th string, 3rd fret. Okay, so it sounds like this. Let me try it again, watch. So I'm going. Okay, you got that pull off. So now let me put that together. So here's the end of the chorus. Here it is. Then again. Okay. So here's the chorus with the end of that. Then I'm going to do that again. And here it comes. Right here. Got the D. And then you're back on. Okay. Now when you come off the end of this song, you're in the chorus, you're doing the okay. Then you're going to go. So right there, we're just going to go to that same thing we were doing when we were picking. I'm just adding my pinky onto the 1st string. I'm going to strum the bottom of this. And then to D. Okay. Now, again, this is just an idea of how to play this song. There's a million different ways that you can do this, but my goal for you is just to break down each part and have some fun. If it seems like it's way too challenging, come back to it later. You know, find something else that's a little more fun. That's kind of where you're at. If there's certain parts about this particular song that you are having a really hard time with, don't hesitate to email me and let me know. Just get a hold of me through this website. Make sure that you click on the link if there's something in particular that you'd like to look at. Take care and have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.